she was there for me always. And the support from a brokerage, I got it only from Kelly. So if someone was asking me, what would you prefer? I would say definitely Kelly. She was there for me since day one.
Yeah. So how'd you get into real estate?
I was a medical assistant before, and my boyfriend, who is a mortgage guy, asked me if I want to be a real estate because I speak Spanish, and he really needed a real estate agent who speaks Spanish.
Just trying to use you.
Yes. And I said, okay, let me try, but I was afraid because of the language and everything. So what I did was I stayed being a medical assistant. I went to school, and I became a part-time medical assistant. I started Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday doing real estate for a year and a half, to the point that it was getting busy, and with all the referrals and everything. And then I have to quit my medical assistant job. And I never stopped since then. My first job being a part-timer, I closed many deals. I was like surprised myself.
Oh, wow. Do you remember how many?
I think I probably closed 12 in my first year.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
As part-time, that's a lot.
Yes, and all from my own. I don't know. I started with one, and they started referring me to everybody. Like I was like surprising, and yeah, and as I've been learning and getting more and more referrals every year, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
Yeah, you have a really big referral business. That's most of your clients, right?
Yes. I think that's what probably my community is, but obviously if you provide a good service, I'm sure everybody will, that's how it is.
I mean, everyone loves you. You're super sweet. You're nice.
Thank you.
No pressure. Just, everyone loves you. And so how'd you get your first clients when you were part-time?
Actually, it was, I'm always in Facebook. So like everybody else, right? I post my that I'm a realtor, and one of my friends decided to buy a house and called me. I help him. He recommended me to his father. His father recommended me to his workers. The workers recommend me to everybody.
Oh, just Magaly.
And other friends in Facebook. My coworkers, even the doctors that I work for. And then I was people clients who work in Costco. They recommend me some truck drivers.
Yeah.
And, Atlantic Health, like, it's just like it goes, it is crazy. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, what am I going to do again? Like, every December it's done, and then January you start all over again. I'm like, wow. And then all of a sudden somebody called me and stuff like that. But yes, that's how I usually get my clients.
And I think if I remember correctly, a lot of your leads came from Facebook when you first started, right? When you were starting in the beginning?
Correct. Yes, from Facebook. I still have leads from Facebook when I post my solds and, post. And now I have a lot of rentals also.
Yeah.
So I work with anything. I'm a selling agent, I can help a process with buying or selling houses or rentals.
Yeah.
But yeah, from Facebook and referrals. I thought it was going to stop, but it keeps going, and then I'm happy. I can't believe it. Very, very happy that people, they still recommending me. There's so many agents. I always says that there's job for everybody, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if my friend or family members became a realtor. Everybody's always busy.
Yeah.
Working.
And were you doing just posts on Facebook, or were you doing Facebook ads?
I just post. I post solds, and I also find a bunch of realtor friends through Facebook, which I like. But yeah, I post my solds, coming soons, open house, rentals, everything, and then I guess people just reach out to me through Facebook.
Very natural.
Very, very natural, yes.
Very natural.
Yes,
There's some agents that spend a lot of money advertising, a lot of this, a lot of that, which is great. But everything I've known from you so far is just very natural, very organic, big referral. And do you think when clients are referral that they're very loyal to you?
Yes. I don't want to say it's easier for me once I get them, but I'm sure they know that I'm, I do my job professionally, and then they come to me trusting me kind of a little bit. So it's probably different than a just any other platform lead probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I prepare them, I guide them through the process, and then I always treat them like a family. So they probably appreciate that, and I'm truly grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah. And when they come as a referral, they're thinking, oh my gosh, I heard Magaly was the best. Versus when it's a cold lead, they're like, another real estate agent? I don't
Exactly. That's
know.
what I was saying. Like
Yeah.
probably is I don't want to say the word easy because I still have to show them my what I'm capable to do
Of
for
course.
them.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely
smoother.
yeah.
It's smoother.
Yes, exactly. And then versus any other lead who doesn't know me and then they don't trust. But yeah, you help them and you guide them, and then eventually they're very loyal with me too. Like and that's how it works in this industry in real estate. This is new for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean not anymore. I've been working for years, but it is still amazes me how much my clients appreciate my job. I do get stressed out, but I suck it up. It is what it is.
If that's your answer, that's a great. If that's your answer, that's your answer.
It is normal for us, for a realtor, right? Because that's life, I think.
So when it comes to the stress of being an agent, you think it just is what it is? Like it's normal?
I'm used to have jobs, stressful jobs.
Oh, okay.
And for me, it's like a challenge. But, in every job, we have up and down. So we just need to, be honest and focus on our clients' goals.
Yeah.
And then try to guide them and support them in the process, to reach that. And it's very also rewarding when they find their house of their dreams, and then everything is just worth it at the end, right?
Yeah. And that's another question. What's the most rewarding part of being an agent? Is it helping people?
It is helping people. Sometimes they come to you with other realtors or family members, lenders who knows that they think they tell them that they can't buy a house for any reasons, and then they come to you. You prepare them, you guide them. All of a sudden, if they're not ready, we get them ready, and then to see their joy in their face, they're happy, celebrating when they finally find the house, and then when they close in the house with people who think that they were always going to be renting, and that's not the case. There's a lot of people who also right now they're ready and they don't know. So yeah, I had the most rewarding thing is that to see them being happy that they finally find the house of their dreams.
Dream home. Yeah. And it's the two most excited times a client will be is when their offer gets accepted.
Right.
Especially in this market. And closing day.
Yes.
That's when you see them the most excited. So was there like a situation that just happened out of nowhere, like this caught me off guard, or you were shocked?
Actually, no.
No, you're just like, it is what it is.
I think in my life, I don't see anything like that. All those things that happens to me in life.
Yeah.
But, like I try to keep calm and then just try to resolve, And the worst case scenario, I call Kelly. But
oh, yeah. Kelly's the helpline.
But yes, but usually we handle it. But I think the worst thing happens is when you don't find, the other part, the other agent help, complement. And it's not always like that. And it doesn't have to be like that. But I feel like if we both work each other for our clients, we definitely can close and make this happen. And sometimes if they're not responsive or they're not guiding them, their own clients the right way, and then confuse them more, then, make it worse than what it is. And then end up, sometimes we lose the deals because of that.
Yeah. Sometimes the hardest part of this job is the other agent.
Sometimes it's not only the other agent. I always tell also my clients that once we're under contract, they become the inspector, the attorneys, the lenders, and then sometimes if I don't work with the group of people that I usually use, sometimes they don't listen to me. Especially some attorneys don't like when the realtor says something, and I get it. I respect. But sometimes we have to say something because if we don't say something, nobody does anything. Sometimes. But it's usually smooth. It's just.
Yeah. Well, part of our job is to move things along.
Right.
You know, attorneys are sometimes they can move a little slow, but that's because they're making sure everything's in order. You know, they're running title. Sometimes they got to make sure the lender's hitting the timelines. I mean,
Exactly.
there's so many reasons, but we're like the coach and like the glue
Exactly.
that keeps everything together, making sure everyone's moving along.
Correct. And they always come to you, right? They
Mm-hmm.
always ask you if nobody communicate, how are we going to know? So yes, you have to ask,
Yeah.
very respectfully, like you ask them, how's everything going? If you, anything I can help,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because your clients, no matter what, they have attorneys and everything, they come to you and ask,
Yeah,
hey,
always.
what's going on? And you cannot just say, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I always keep just eye on everything. And
And it's always your fault.
it's always our fault.
When
Yes.
something goes wrong, even though it wasn't us, it's always our fault. How do you build trust with your clients?
Um, I think as a realtor, we have to be very honest, very helpful. Communication is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Be friendly and knowledgeable, making sure they know that we're here to support them.
Mm-hmm.
Again, treat them like if it was your family, right? Like
Yeah.
helping as much as you can, and I think that's very strong. They appreciate that, and then relationship, that
Mm-hmm.
it lasts forever.
What do you do to make sure your clients are treated like family?
I think it's just the communication.
Mm-hmm.
I always send communication with them, make sure everything's going well. If it's something goes sideways, tell them that this is what we're gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go from there, and they trust, and then things happens along, and then that's how I usually treat them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, no matter what, I always tell them, even if we're under contract and the attorneys comes along and everybody else, I'm gonna be with you guys from until the
Mm-hmm.
end, from every process, and then that's what I was saying before. We have to be on top of everything. We cannot just says, "Oh, we found the house," and then that's it. They don't hear me. They don't hear about me.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to be there for them, and yeah, for every question or sometimes attorneys ask them for something and they ask me what is she thinks, what is she saying, or so
Yeah.
so that's what they appreciate, is to be there and every step of the way to the process.
And just being a normal person, right? Like not being like some hot shot agent, not being like treating them like just money, right?
Right.
Just being a normal person.
I think if you show them that you care
Mm-hmm.
and then you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
and because that's what people usually, sometimes some of them interview you a little bit, like they ask questions, um, and most of the time, if they know what you're doing and you're communicating and then you're friendly and then you're there for them,
Mm-hmm.
they appreciate that.
Yeah. And I think at first people are usually, unless they're referral, like you said earlier, it's a little different, but usually people look at agents like salesy, like car salesmen, right? And then when they get to know you, they see like, oh, like my daughter goes to this school, my son goes to this school, and you're like, oh, I know a restaurant there. When you start showing them that you're human and you're local
Yes.
and you know the area, they're like, oh, okay, Magaly's a real person, and
Yes.
they're more comfortable around you.
Yes, correct. That's exactly what happened. Yes. Some people they want to try this area and they don't know about the area, even if they're referrals, and then I can guide them, and I tell them the local business and the local the schools and the parks and everything. And it happens to me many times. They come from Bergen County, Hudson County, and then they want to come here, but they have no idea. And that's why very important to have local agents. And
Oh, yeah.
that's they they appreciate it. I take them to the parks, to the places, to tell them. I've been in also in many towns here in Morris County and Sussex County, so I know a lot of schools. My daughter's been in a couple of schools around the area, and then that helps me too a lot to guide
Yeah.
my clients. I didn't know that it was going to help me, but it helps right now in real estate, being moving around.
Yeah. I mean, the best agents are the ones who live in the areas they sell in,
Yes.
or they have taken over a town so completely that they know it like the back of their hand.
Yes.
And those are usually the most successful agents. And what areas do you find yourself selling the most? Or you kind of just like a little bit everywhere?
A little bit everywhere, but at this point, people now, they're not focused in one town anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They go everywhere. But yes, definitely Morris County, Sussex County.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that areas. Even now, more Warren County, because now I'm living in Monolive, so I'm very close to Hackensack, and I have listings in Port Mary and areas over there. So yes, I'm very familiar with pretty much those 3 counties.
So for those of you who don't know, we were Addison Group. That was a brokerage, and now we've transitioned to Addison Real Estate. So Addison Group is the OG name. You might see in some places where we were too lazy to change the name. But what made you join Kelly to Addison Group and open her own brokerage? It can be a little scary to change offices.
Yes. I feel like Kelly, her values match with mine. She is truly works for their clients. She is a friendly environment.
Yeah.
She teach me everything that I knew back then. She was the one who actually was guiding me and training me. She was there for me always. And the support from a brokerage, I got it only from Kelly. So if someone was asking me, what would you prefer? I would say definitely Kelly. She was there for me since day one.
Yeah.
Like I said, I closed so many houses because of her support.
Yeah.
So, and why not, right? And then, yes, and I think I did the best decision to stay with her.
So you feel like you got more support from your team leader than the broker themselves?
Yeah. I knew all the realtors. I love them. They're very nice. I still see them. They're very nice with me. I don't know if it was just my experience. I was new back then, and so I don't have much interact with the brokers. I don't know, is that that's how it is with big brokerage like that
a lot
one,
of them,
right?
yeah.
Probably it is. That's it. That's how it is. To the point that if I see that broker, they don't say hi. I don't know if they know me.
Yeah.
However, the other realtors always say hi. They're very friendly.
So you were on a team with Kelly, probably about 4 people total, 3 or 4 people total. And now you're part of Addison Real Estate. We're a lot bigger.
Right.
Do you feel like you get less attention from Kelly?
Not at all.
Not
Actually,
at all.
she's always on top of us. Definitely.
Maybe more on top of me
yes,
than before.
even more. Even more. I learned, again, I learned everything from her. She's every news, every new laws. She's always there, making sure we know, making sure we also give a good service to our clients because they ask 100 questions, right? And then she's always there. No, she's definitely always there, and that's what I like. It doesn't matter. I feel at this point how much we grow. She's the support that she gives to all of us. We feel it every time. She's always there for us. She's never busy for us, and I appreciate that too.
Yeah. And now that you are very independent agent, you crush it, make a lot of sales, you still have a lot of training even at your level. It's not any less, it's just different, right? From when you started to now.
Yeah. I think the responsibilities that we have because of with our clients to give a better service. We always have to learn. I think I'm learning as every day, and every time we have a training with Kelly, you feel like oh my God, I'm glad that I'm here because with this, whatever, she teaches at the moment, we can help our clients to give a better service.
Yeah, because our clients are always asking us
They're
questions.
always asking questions.
I should probably keep track of my next clients I have. I should count every single time they ask a question, and I just write it down. Yeah. And I just see how many times a client asks me a question per transaction.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. They always, also pretty much the process is pretty much the same, but there's some issues when when they purchase a house, there's always so many things, and then yes, but she's always there for me and then for every single agent. I can say that.
If you were working with an agent and they told you they're not happy, they're miserable at the brokerage they're at, what would you tell them to make sure they make the right move somewhere else?
Well, I definitely recommend our brokerage.
Number one.
And, with Kelly, you have support. Every time we with the trainings and all the support about leads as well.
Yes.
Very strong. She's very, very strong with leads now. I'm actually this year going to try those. I'm trying those leads to see if I help more people. And I see that sometimes, at least my previous brokerage didn't give me that, just, it seems like that's something like, I see that Kelly offered to every agent here. She's very nice. So they come and they have a lead to work right away.
Right away.
Obviously, with training, she always want to make sure we're training well before we go out there and help families, because that's very important to be knowledgeable. But yes, I will tell them. And I actually recommend a couple of people, and I tell them that, especially the leads platform that we have. Yeah. And they definitely like that. And with that, most of the time, realtors like that. But I've also heard that they think that small brokerage are not as or better than those big ones. With my experience, I only been in Remax. That's it. And in one in particular, I know every Remax or every brokerage is different. But I feel like with the Addison Real Estate, like the environment, the small environment is probably better. The face-to-face communication and with Kelly and with the agents, for me, it's very important, at least particularly. Yeah. And instead of being in a big place where sometimes they don't, even the big boss doesn't know who you are, and I don't like that. And,
want that FaceTime, one-on-one communication with your boss.
Exactly. You always know that in this case in real estate, the agents or any other business, the coworkers, but sometimes you don't know the boss, and then you not necessarily have to sit down and have a coffee every time, but to support from them if they guide you and everything is, you work for them, and sometimes you don't see them and they don't know who you are. I don't like that.
All right, that was another episode of Addison Real Estate Podcast with Magaly Lopez. Thank you so much for watching. All of her Instagrams and Facebooks and everything will be down below. Hopefully you got some value out of this and you follow me and Magaly on social media. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.